Gamers, I had to find my webcam. Hi, gamers. How you doing? We're hanging out. We're vibing. Final VGG GOTY Spotlight stream. And I couldn't do it alone. Not today. So I brought fish.
I gotta get out of the dark place.
Oh shit, Alan Wake? Is that you? Hello, everybody. Alan? Yes?
I'm trying to think of something a writer would say.
A homonym.
He gripped a gun like a man grips the gear shift on a car. He pulled the trigger like he was getting into second gear.
That's pretty good.
There you go, buddy.
You're hard-boiled as they come. Hello, everybody. Hello, Jewel. Hello, Fern. Hello, Viddy. Hello, Ben. We are here. We're live. We're ready. How you doing? How's everybody? It's closing in on the holiday.
Which one? Which holiday?
All the holiday. It's happening. It's coming up so fast for me.
It's scary, dude.
Because I mean, we've just been dealing with a million things and then doing these streams and trying to get other stuff done. And it's just like, oh, it's Christmas in like a week. So that's fine. Yeah. But hope everybody's staying. Oh, okay, Fern. Hard-boiled fish past egg. You know what I'm saying?
His anger boiled over like an egg too far into the water.
Too runny for anyone's business. Yeah, we got our last GOTY Spotlight stream today. I was excited about this one from the beginning. I knew I wanted to pair these two games, and I did it. I have that power. I just said, you know what, we're doing
What?
And
how did you will that into existence?
You know, I just got that kind of. I'm built different. We are playing Alan Wake 2, and I think I decided I'm gonna do something fun because each one we've kind of done like some kind of angle on it, right? And so this one, the New Game Plus mode, was just patched in recently, so we're gonna check out the beginning of that.
The final draft.
The final draft. Who knows what that means? We have a good idea what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fern, it seems like you're behind. and then we're pairing it. So Alan Wake, I mean, obviously, 13 years after the original, just like so, and the first game was so on my top, like, foundational kind of shaping my taste in games kind of game. And now the sequel comes out, and it turns out to be something completely different, but something totally in line with what Remedy's been doing, and it's so good. And then we paired it with the latest from Strange Scaffold, the Remedy inspired El Paso Elsewhere, in more ways than one. Remedy inspired, and lots of strange comparisons between those two games. El Paso Elsewhere's got a bunch of great original music. Alan Wake 2 famously has some really great original music. I would have loved to see Xavier Nelson Jr. on stage and RJ Lake on stage performing some El Paso Elsewhere jams, because that would have been sick. The same way we saw Remedy performing music from Alan Wake 2. But, you know, Cess Levi.
Bon Apple T.
But and so yeah, I'm playing Alan Wake 2, but then we have Fish, who is a longtime Remedy fan, a longtime Max Payne fan specifically, which is what El Paso Elsewhere definitely embodies, playing for the first time. I think you've tried the demo, but this would be your first actual playing the game properly.
Correct. Yeah.
So that'll be fun. We've been trying to make these spotlights. They really are just like us playing the games, but try to add a little sauce onto these as we go. I'm rocking the. I haven't worn this in a while. I'm rocking the Chonk Phyllis hoodie today. It's been a
Yo,
minute.
I got Isaac keeping us company today.
He's peeking over. He's scared. It's a scary game that we're about to play, Isaac. I get it. Let me get over to the gameplay screen. Nice. You're there right away. Perfect. Here, let me take a second. I'll leave the music on because I gotta get the PlayStation on. Make sure that Elgato's being friendly. How
Also,
how are you, Fish?
I'm all right. You know, played some Call of Duty Zombies today out of nowhere just because I was looking for something to play, and it's actually these. I'm still not gonna spend $60 to play it after this free weekend thing, but you know, it's fine.
It works.
It works. It killed some time. I had some fun, but you know, I'm just excited. I'm just talking about Remedy just gets me excited for the RCU. I wonder if they're gonna do something Max Payne tie-in to the universe now that they're working on the Max Payne 1 and 2 mashup
Right.
game.
Actually having the, because I think there was thoughts that they had. I mean, we know they've had some issues with the rights, but obviously they're making.
Yeah, they
those.
said they're working with Rockstar on this 1 and 2 game because they're putting both games into one title. So we'll see if that, because if Epic bankrolled Alan Wake 2 into the success that it is,
Right.
because I remember, Sam Lake was like in tears, like, we don't have the funding to really do Alan Wake 2 and all that. And if Rockstar can get their hands out of their GTA pockets for a little second, and
I know, like,
cut Sam like a check.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are they doing holding on to that? Like, what are they doing with it? Nothing.
Nothing. They're doing nothing, and it could make so much money because obviously Remedy knows what they're doing. Just in reason with obviously Alan Wake and Control. So it's like they're hitting their stride. They're at that peak performance right now, and Rockstar just like, I don't know, buddy.
Maybe.
Is it a live service game? Can I continue making money off this for the next 10 years?
That's what makes me sad. I'm sure you heard the latest from Naughty Dog. They canceled the Last of Us multiplayer game they've been working on for a couple of years. Because it was either going to have to be a live service game or nothing, and they didn't want to do a live service game, so it's gone now.
It's just gone. Bro, I can't even imagine the heartbreak just being like one of the devs working on it. You're like, oh, I'm so excited to put this out to people, and then they're just like, due to money, revenue probably that we might get, we're just gonna cancel this because it's probably not gonna make as much money as we want to. It's like, come on, dude.
And apparently there's been Naughty Dog developers coming out being like, oh my god, that game was actually so fun. And it's like, oh, come on.
I mean, I remember the first Last of Us multiplayer was fun.
I was so excited for it because Factions was so good. And they were saying it was going to be this interesting blend between single player and multiplayer, kind of an experience in that way. So that's really... It's just sad. It's just sad that it happened this way. Okay, I'm also trying to figure out how best to show you the game. Beep bop boop. Beep bop.
Boop boop bop.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know what happened. I don't think this is gonna work. No, it's just showing me.
Yeah, hey, what's up, buddy? Oh.
Yeah, my capture card, I don't think it's an issue with the capture card. I think it's an issue with OBS. It does not show... What if I do this? It does not play back the audio into my ears anymore, which is annoying.
Hey, look at that.
What if I do that? You see it backwards and not hear anything of it. Oh my god. That's the thing is with the capture card, it's just been so annoying. Yeah, let me get into the game. Because yeah, the game comes out to the stream just fine. I used to be able to hear it in my ears though, while in OBS, and now it doesn't do that. Hello.
Boba.
Boba. Okay. Okay. We're turning off the music. Your Boba's hitting. Oh, look, there's a new menu item. Oh.
I know we saw that because we finished our run of Alan Wake the day the thing came out.
Mm-hmm.
So when we finished the game and got back to it, you were like, "Oh, the final draft's already there."
Oh my god. If that, I'm not doing that. I found a way to maybe fix it, and it's literally switch the monitoring device on from something else to something else, and then reset OBS. I can't reset OBS at this point. Okay.
You fucking fool, OBS.
You straight up goober. Let me test something. Let me test something. Hold chat for technical difficulties. I should be able to. Only recommended for high-end PCs.
Oh.
I got a high-end PC, right?
Hold on one sec. I've been blessed today.
Oh, what's up? Sorry.
Shazami's getting McDonald.
McDonough.
I'm gonna get some chicken nuggies and a quarter pounder with cheese. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Alan gets baked too.
So yeah, you may just have to watch on the stream, which is annoying.
That's fine.
But yeah, the capture card's just not being friendly at this point. And I also have to listen vaguely off the speakers.
It's even better, dude.
Alan Wake 2 in the prime form. Okay, I guess we're good. We're gonna hop in. Gonna have all my gear, which is nice. Okay.
Question: What did you upgrade? Like, what did you focus your upgrading on for
What?
Saga and
Oh, like my
Alan?
like yeah. I think I really upgraded the pistol, obviously, because it's just the most prevalent weapon. I think we'll be able to. Oh no, it takes a second to get to the gear, and then Alan. I actually found this one circle upgrade thing that actually upgrades your inventory space, which I think is the only way you can do it for Alan. That was a really big boon for me there. But I did focus on, well, in that one, yeah, for Alan, it's what you find, right? Mostly. I think I focused on a lot of like regain flashlight charge for like kills and stuff, because his like with the Shadow Beast, like it's so much more.
So I was playing on normal just because I wanted to. Even then, it was kind of hard in some places, bro. I was
Yeah,
like,
hard game.
I was like, this is tough.
All right, well, let's hop in to normal, the final draft. As we play, we'll talk about why we like this game so much. I think it'll become immediately clear why we like this game so much, to be honest. All right, let's see. And I've heard interesting things, Fish, that potentially from the very beginning there are little tiny changes in the final draft versus the
It's just Alan Wake when he starts writing. He's like, "All right, I'm gonna write the final draft," and he looks at the camera.
New Game Plus. I mean, huh?
Back to the beginning, with the memory of the past loop already fading fast. But while it lingers, I know there's hope. We're not doomed to repeat our failures in an eternal loop. This is a spiral.
Oh, that is a different speech I think he gives.
Yeah, that's well. I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
A fictional poet once said, "Beyond the shadow you settle for, there is a miracle illuminated."
It's been a month and a half. This is spoiling.
Spoiler cast. Look at these visuals. The reflection of the landscape,
It's
and
not
then
just victims and monsters. I see
Is this a
now
David
heroes
Lynch
as
movie?
well.
you know
We
it.
can find our way through the darkness.
My subtitles,
We will
bro.
break through the surface
That happened to me a few times in the game.
into the light.
That was water.
What the heck? I thought it was ghosts.
Just big head deer.
As I said, on our Discord and in chat, we're gonna be testing Twitch's new nudity policies, I guess.
I mean, there's barely. Oh, did you see they rolled that back already?
They did?
Yeah, already rolled it back.
Oh, wow. They like made a big deal. Like they literally notified every user about it. That's wild.
Well, because just the behind the scenes here, the art category was just filled with
Oh yeah.
very NSFW art, and then I forgot what other category. It might have been just chatting. All of them just essentially just straight up
The booby
NSFW
meta?
stuff. Yeah, it was like. And now you're gonna get banned because you got a little middle-aged man booty in there.
Oh, cause you said boo, Fern.
Oh yeah, boo.
That's funny. Hi.
Oh, where'd he gone?
Hello.
Oh, if I triggered again because, for instance, it's got the word boo in there.
He seems a little more like sane right now. I don't know. I'm gonna be like questioning everything when I play, even though it's like just been a while since I played, so that's why I'm gonna question it. But like he doesn't seem as crazed. So we open
Oh, no.
Alan Wake 2 with a naked man running through the forest. This is honestly good for me. I would have been more scared. I already did a little flinch with it in my ears, so I'll take this. Let me know if there's any like clipping back into my mic of the speaker audio. Come back in a little bit, Ben. Look at this naked. What do you?
Later.
So scary. I just
Can you
played this-
imagine?
I just played this a couple months ago, and I'm like having to remember. Like I'm barely remembering things.
You play so many games.
It's too many games. The little pitter patter of the rain hitting the DualSense controller right now. The power of haptic feedback. Oh, let's go a little light. This will be safe. Oh. F you.
Get effed, bro.
No. Hey, they missed, bro. They didn't get me. Damn. This guy's dead.
Yeah, it's like a first scene in there. Like we're like, oh, that's a little brutal. Like just immediately.
Shanks and. So as I said, both of these games know how to set the tone immediately, and Alan Wake 2, yeah, definitely like shows that it, as I said for Final Fantasy this year in my review, this isn't your grandpa's Alan Wake. This is a new Alan Wake.
This isn't your getting your Ford Fusion and better put those Duracell batteries in there.
Yeah, this is a man's chest has been cut open, and what are you gonna do about it? I don't know if I'm just misremembering, but like, I remember him being a little more like aggressive and like angry.
Wasn't he? He was just. I feel like he was just repeating. What was he? Hemingway?
Yeah, like he was, and he didn't say that this time, and he was like a little different. I don't know.
That was one of my favorite parts of recurring joke in Alan Wake 1 was him just being like, okay, Poe,
Yeah.
all right, Hemingway, come on, get it together, you know. Like just every author you could think of.
It's very funny.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
Now we meet
I'm good, Mom.
our
How
new
are you?
protagonist.
This trip might take a little longer than I thought.
But the game's called Alan
Sorry
Wake,
I
what
let
the
go so
hell?
much lately, Logan.
Alan
Oh my
Wake
God,
2
Mom, it's
Saga.
not your fault. People get all murdery.
Honestly, that would make sense.
Happened.
Just
It would work, yeah.
work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers. I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed
Is that
to
how
wait
people
and
talk like
watch with me.
watching Black Mirror nowadays?
I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too.
When are they gonna actually
Oh,
make
stop
Night
rooting
Springs?
so much.
Logan.
That's gonna happen probably. I mean, the
Bye,
DLC.
That's true, yeah.
One was called Night Springs. And
What-
Sam
what
Lake
did-
himself.
Yeah.
Logan thinks
Did
you
anything
should
ever
cheer
come?
up.
Was it good? The Twilight Zone reboot with Jordan Peele?
Snarky kid.
It was
Wonder where she gets that from.
you know, it just like the original, really. Hits and misses between the episodes. But I heard there's some good ones in there that
It
people
can't
really
be a
liked.
coincidence that another body turns up
Oh, the
just as we run
synchronized
down.
coffee drinking.
Love it.
Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
It's so great when you finally see that and you realize why Sam Lake has been
It's right up your
filming himself drinking coffee for the last like year and a half.
alley.
You're like, oh,
Okay.
he was prepping us.
Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up. Here we are, Cauldron Lake.
Time to get
I
to
just thought it was so funny watching all the comments of like from the performance that they did and a bunch of stuff and like I didn't know why the voice I mean the actor for Casey was accepting all the awards. Just like,
crime scene.
Well, you see,
There's the car. So where's the
he's in every game.
Eaten by a bear.
so not only with the New Game Plus, was it the New Game Plus edition, but they actually made a lot of obviously just like patches to the game, including and I'm excited to see some of this because you saw it too. There were some weird graphical things with the game, and they
I should take a look at
specifically
that now.
shouted out performance or quality mode on PS5 is something they really worked on. So I'm excited to hopefully not see white speckles again.
Yeah, the glitter was nuts in some of these scenes.
We got a map. So yeah, as and now you're around here.
I think I
As
hear
someone
someone.
who lives in the Pacific
Could be our
Northwest,
deputy.
these sequences really have like they fucked with me on another level because it's like I've been in parks that look like this. I've
So
you know what I mean,
I've
like,
seen this almost exact same forest.
and so it's like it made the horrors that await in these areas eventually
You know what it reminds me of?
mess me up.
Remember when we actually almost got lost in the woods
Yeah,
a couple years ago?
yeah, that was a wild day already.
Yeah.
Half, right?
That was the day the
Anderson?
stuff got locked in the trunk.
That's why we were there so late because it was getting dark. We're in the woods just hiking. We're like,
Shoot.
it started raining.
Sorry about that, ma'am.
Welcome,
I'm
Sam.
Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that,
I thought about pinging you, but then I was like, people don't like to get pinged sometimes.
right here, Thornton. My
But
partner,
welcome.
Thornton.
Yeah, we just
Down
started.
in
We're
crime
doing a
scene.
new game plus run just to see if
It's
there's
not
any
what we call the
differences
sharpest axe
on
in the
top
shed.
of just our general talking about why we like Alan Wake 2. This already is a nice example of why I like Alan Wake 2.
What can you tell us about
Um,
the crime scene?
Just already having like, it's very straightforward, but having the ability to dive deeper into these conversations
Well, we reckon
through the
there's
dialogue
some,
choices, then making it clear,
organs
like,
that are
hey, this one's
currently
gonna get you to the end of this
outside the
conversation. Here's
victim's
just the like less highlighted one
should
is
be,
just like
you know,
background.
inside.
And me being the boy that I am, I always chose the smaller one
Yeah,
first.
couple out of towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
I love this intro of the
Not that we have
goofy,
anything
silly
against
local
city
cops,
folk,
very Twin Peaks, you know.
But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
Little comedy
see the body.
routine of the guy on
How
the
do we get
walkie.
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
So while Twin Peaks is
They got it, Thornton.
Twin Peaks is an obvious inspiration for this series. One thing I kept pointing out while I was playing was how much it felt also like True Detective now.
Before we
With
get
it
to the crime
specifically
scene,
being
there's time to
FBI
review the
agents
facts of the
coming
case so
into this
far.
scene, you know, like
Make sure I'm seeing
these
the
two
clues
FBI agents
clearly.
coming into this world, this whole thing of like this strange place that has a strange energy to it, you know. Being kind of like the straight men as this thing is happening around them. All the way down to
Mind Place.
the Mind Palace.
My version of the Mind Palace.
Mind place.
I know
To
it's
sift
the
through
Mind
clues
Palace
unlock the
technique.
case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head.
This is another. So while the game, the game starts with that great horror sequence where you're this naked man and you're so vulnerable. You're walking through. You feel the desperation of that. Then it, and that's how gets the blood pumping. But from that point on, the beginning of this game is very slow paced. Again, kind of setting that tone, setting that this is not the Alan Wake 1 where you're like literally dodge rolling out of the way of enemies and you know what I mean, like running around. And they introduce another thing that I love from this game, which is the case board.
Everything we know about the
It's again
previous
pretty
night.
straightforward. It's not like overly
Worth
complicated,
taking
but
another look.
it adds so much character to Saga. It adds so much character to the situation that's happening. It lets you look into Pepe Sylvia. It lets you get further information into the story. It lets them like set up so much in the background without having to do that, like, exposition dialogue, because now you just look at this board and you see everything that they've been up to before this.
Which I think is it's an excellent way to give you all the lore that you need and stuff that people would know in their minds without having to verbalize it, like to and like no one does it in real life, so like it would all be in their heads already. So being able to just go into the mind place and be like, okay, you know, this is the way they're thinking, this is the train of thought, this is how they connected these things together, without having to throw in, you know, 30 minutes of. So what I was thinking is X, Y, and Z,
Yeah,
and then how
yeah.
I got there is because of blah blah blah, just in case someone, you know, needs that. So I thought this was great, even though a lot of times, more than a few times, I'd get there and like I'd get to the case board and be like, oh, I already solved this, and it would just like do it
Yeah.
for you.
Right, yeah.
I just think it's great to like not crowd the story bits or like the cutscenes or the speaking with stuff like this that doesn't really need to be said, but that is vital information.
I also really like when you hover over these things. So this is the written down information, right? But when you hover over different things, it's Saga's voice, right? It's Saga thinking about each thing, and you can almost hear her saying, like, the victim was reported missing in 2010, discovered in 2012, buried in a shallow grave. Like, she's like, as you're thinking through these things, she is too. You can read it and, you know, see her again, her train of thought, like you were saying. um it's very good. And there's, you know, without saying too much, there's lots of fun things that they do on this board. um it's so cool. It's so cool. But yeah, so this is just the intro to it. And yeah, it's a space you'll end up coming back to. You know, it'll take a second for us to unlock it, but this is where, you know, you do your upgrades over here. You can see the game knows that I have stuff over here already, but is like, wait, we're not there yet, but we have all
No
our
way, hold up.
you know, there's all kinds of stuff here. One of my favorite bits of the Mind Palace is this. You come over to this door, you're like, what's this about?
I see you're
Oh, it's an
already
exit
hard at
out of the
work,
Mind
Anderson.
Palace. Okay, cool.
Close to cracking it.
We're just getting started.
I also like, so
Except down
another
the hills,
part
for
that
Christ's
makes that work, right? The whole thing we're talking about, like, we don't have to worry about her thinking about it out loud or whatever, is she has a partner that knows she has this like innate ability, right? And he just takes it as fact. He like accepts that she's just able to figure this stuff out, and he trusts her
Hey, Casey,
to do it too.
you putting me in charge. Why
They
now?
they talk about it here a little bit.
You're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Real funny, Anderson.
Uh-oh, Casey.
Stairs are out. You okay to jump down?
I'm not that old.
One of the biggest things, and I've heard this talk about, like, I don't know what makes a game look so realistic, right? Like, I don't know all the nitty gritty, but I was watching a Digital Foundry video, and they're saying it's just genuinely the realistic way that light displaces on their clothing and on the world around them. You know, like, I think some games overdo it in ways, and I think what this game does so well is that it does it very just, everything is so natural, you know.
Yeah, like any of these, wherever you put the camera, it looks like it could be literally a still from a movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those. Yeah, I would not be surprised if I like played this for my dad. He'd be like, "Wait, what? This is
What the hell?
what the hell? This is not a movie show." It really, there were moments that I just had to like stop and take screenshots just because it was so wild how especially the natural stuff they do here in the forests is just like so good looking.
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
Where do we know where Casey's
Next
from?
coffee's on me.
He mentions the only thing that reminds me of home.
Let me see.
How much beer can I make it, Mulligan? Hey!
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved.
No,
Now the
looks like
body's
Alex
behind the
Casey's
store.
wiki page
Come on, I'll
mentions
show you.
nothing of origin.
I mean, I guess I wonder if it's just New York
Yeah.
to tie into Max, to tie into the stuff that happens in this game.
Which one thing I'm so excited for now that again, Sam is hitting his his Lynchian phase, his Twin Peaks phase, is that the sequences in Max Payne 1 and 2 that were like very mental, like very
Yeah.
they're gonna hit us so much harder now because Sam's like, if people liked it, I'm gonna keep I'm gonna dive deeper into it.
And they're gonna fully change those for sure in a remake. Like,
Crime. We found him on the table. And we didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No,
that's a
Tom,
wiener.
you owe me a
Oh, bro, Twitch, turn your head.
Examining
Twitch,
our
don't look.
Don't look.
No, they
It's,
did.
it's
They,
artistic.
they did say games, as long as it was not the focal point of the game.
Step 1.
Well, that's why they have a list of banned games. Like, there's a lot of games that have nudity, but it's not like
Yeah.
here's a boob. That's the whole game.
You unlocked your first key image. Use the case board. So yeah, as you go through the story, you'll
Another
get
body
new
counted
stuff to
just
put
as we
onto your
write it
board
down.
to connect, make those connections.
Coincidence?
I've heard some people criticize the idea that like they figure some stuff out on their own a lot of the times, and to like actually progress the story, you do need to come to the case board and put the stuff onto the board to have Saga be like, oh, I've put this together. And then that can be frustrating sometimes. And I get that. I just always used it anyways, just because I thought it was fun.
Yeah, that's how I was.
Hey, yo, I have all my music.
It's New Game Plus. That's why. It's like, I was like, oh yeah.
Wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed. The killer left the heart right next to the body. Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down.
I'm trying to remember. Was the heart right next to the body?
Yeah, and then remember they tried to come back for it, but they were like, "Oh, we already took it to the morgue or whatever it was."
Gotcha. I'm like
Heart
questioning
removed
everything
chest,
because it's New Game Plus.
strapped by the wrist.
Yeah, or or did it go missing?
But this time
I think
the
it
heart
goes
and the straps
missing.
were left
Yeah, and then yeah, because then we have the whole sequence. I'm not gonna spoil it. But.
Yeah.
That's 4 murders that we know about.
So
Hold
as
on.
you put in clues, it answers questions that give you new deductions. And so now we have 2 new things that we went to the scene, we found that it was consistent with the previous murders that have happened, and now that has led us to okay, now who is the victim, who are the killers? That's ultimately the goal of this entire mystery, correct? And so now that is our
Who is our
next
victim? Who
our
killed
next
him?
goal.
Need to find more clues. Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here.
You know, it's not
Someone
Case of
left
the
in a
Golden
hurry.
Idol. It's not,
Knocked the
you know,
tripod over.
some great mystery
Wasn't for a
game,
camera.
but
Someone was drinking beer.
I do really like
spent
the
time here,
investigation stuff that they do in this
waiting.
game.
Yeah.
It's again, it's a change of pace every time that it comes up, you know. They're sloppy. They made a mess. How dare they?
They didn't clean up after themselves.
It's just, yeah, like, okay, again, I just want to... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I have my gun. What was I doing? Oh, Mind Palace. I keep... Just like, can we acknowledge where we've gone with technology in gaming these days, where I can be in the Mind Palace, and then in the tap of a button, I'm right back out, and it's like the same pose and everything. Like, how did we get here? This would take like a loading screen in previous generations, you know, between these two things.
Multiple people.
It'd be like
were
a
here.
cutscene where it's like
Multiple killers.
like it would be
Even just
whole...
one generation ago, it would take like it would like zoom in and like and then come back and like,
Yeah.
that's slight even a few seconds. But here's just like instant.
Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. Now, I haven't heard.
I love another thing I love about the story that they did here is that just like Twin Peaks, so the comparisons are still apt, right? Even to up to now. Just like Twin Peaks came back with The Return, and now Alan Wake came back with Alan Wake 2.
Return.
I know. One of the things that's really cool is both of those things were real time, right? Like in here, it's 13 years have passed, and they're dealing with stuff, and all the characters had 13 years of lore added to them, and all this other stuff. Same thing with Twin Peaks. It was the long gap was passed in real time, and it's like, man, where's Dale Cooper? He's been gone for all these years, you know, like it's so
you
cool.
Knew our victim.
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state, but yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in
What's
the
up,
field, he
spooky
went off the deep
gamer?
end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended
I remember
up
at
here.
first I
bet
did
there's
not
more to
realize
that
and
story.
recognize that this is
No happy ending.
good old Max Payne's voice.
Nightingale
was like,
went missing 13
Can
years ago.
Sam do that?
2010.
Like I first thing I was like, can Sam change his voice that much?
Certainly
But
fits the pattern.
yeah, and then I was like, no
Makes me
wait,
wonder
that's
what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to
I just
forget.
love, I don't know. I think if the
I think that's everything.
like
For now,
I
at
love
least.
Sam putting himself
Anything
into the
clicking
work,
yet?
Not sure.
especially
Need to
as
think
the
about
work
it.
deals with, creators and creator intention and everything else. Like it's so cool to see that blending. So this is Nightingale. He goes off. He came here 13 years ago. Kind of
Albert
went
Nightingale,
a little
ex-FBI,
off the
came to Bright
rails.
Falls 13 years ago. Boot prints indicating multiple killers. Quite the party.
We can see that
They
there was a
planned for the
tripod
murder to
and like a
happen here,
cooler, so they were
passing
setting
the
up
time and
here.
equipment
So
ready.
it was a
They were waiting
premeditated
for
thing.
him.
Excuse
But
me.
why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now? Profiling. Get into the subject's head.
So this is
See what
Saga's
they saw.
real.
Feel what they felt. Use
If
whatever I
if
know
if
about
if
them to
you
guide
had to
my
call it
intuition.
anything, if you had to call anything like a power,
Piece it
this is
together.
her power. Is profiling. She can really get into the minds of others. I don't know if you ever noticed this. In the Mind Palace, if you come up to the deer any other time other than now and pet it, it says like a number, and it's how many deer are left that you have not pet in the game.
Oh, I think I've pet every deer. Every time I saw one, I'd go pet it.
Yeah,
I never understood why.
There's no achievement or anything. I
know,
I
that's what I'm saying.
swore there would be an achievement. Munch up, brother.
Agent Nightingale.
Just
is on
everything
my
that
way
this
for
game
13
does, it does it
years.
with style. Like this
How do you get
lighting
back
shift is so good.
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark.
I'm so sorry to derail for a second, but
What'd you
I
do?
need to show you this burger.
Till he says
Show me.
otherwise.
I asked for extra pickles, which usually throw like 1 or 2 extra
Oh
pickles, right?
no.
his murder?
Oh my god. That's Fern's dream right there.
There's so many fucking pickles.
That's like a patty of pickles. It's a while. It's a while. Yeah, you know what? I actually have to P3. So Fish, you can lead some of the discussion, but I do want to hear. I know Shazami. I know Sam is at least. I don't know how much you've seen in the game already, Sam, but I want to hear why this game it does it for you guys and what you like about it so much. Keep an eye out very soon, actually. The VGG Viewers Choice poll will be coming out. So, yeah, I think Fern has it ready, so we can drop it soon. But Fern has it ready, so. But yeah, I'll be right back. Discuss this game as a just not even as a game of the year, just why this game was special to you.
Just at the most boiled down level, the first game was fantastic. Most people wouldn't dispute that. What really resonated with all of this is that it felt like the story matured with me. Like, I played the game 13 years ago. I'm a completely different person than I was 13 years ago. And now 13 years later, I've matured as a person, you know. I'm dark, gritty, you know, whatever. But the story went in that direction. Like, it's not like, oh, hey, we're back to happy fun time. We're just a writer trying to solve a crime. Like, now it's like darker and just a heavier story, more realistic story than just it's a spooky time. Just as like the baseline for this. With that, not only did the story mature, but the story just got so much more complex, and the characters so much more fleshed out. And you have the options to, like the case board we were talking about earlier, to dive so much deeper in just the smallest of details that lets you, the player, decide. It doesn't go just because it's a GOTY nominee or whatever. It lets you, the player, decide how much you want to let into your brain, how much of the story, how much of the deep lore you want. Because if you're just like playing it just because someone said it's good, or you know, you just like how spooky it is or whatever, you're just playing it as basically like a survival horror just in and of its own. It's a decent game, but if you know, want to get deeper with it, you have the case board and you have the conversations, you have everything that you individually can decide how much of the story you want to hear, which, you know, adds to the experience for every different person. Every different person's going to enjoy the game at their own level, and some people are just going to enjoy it because of the deeper story, just because it's survival horror. Whatever it is, and lets you decide that, not the game doesn't decide for you.
And even the story that it does deliver, if you just purely went in full story, is just like the first game. They you know, the first game was very purposely like serialized as if it was TV. And you know, gives that feeling of cinematic quality, and then this game has that same. It's not quite on the same level where literally Alan Wake 1 had like previously on Alan Wake, and you know, that whole thing, which was so fun, but it has that like that feels like it was like a CBS drama. And then Alan Wake 2 is the HBO Max like prestige drama version of the story continuing.
That's I mean, what I started with saying about this game is that with some, just at the like boiled down base level, is just enjoying how much the series matured as a story and as a game as we did, because we played it 13 years ago and we were completely different people. And now, we're older, we understand more, we've experienced more, and the game feels like it's done the same exact things that we did.
And it's great to see Remedy mature
Mm-hmm.
as a games maker. A lot of people have said this, but this does feel like the culmination of everything they've been trying these last few years, between the live action, between the kind of like mixed media thing, between the trippy designs and stuff. Shazama says, Amarantis, I think, is my runner up, but I thoroughly enjoy story games. And this game, I feel like, has it all: the environment, the writing, the character, the story. It's also unique while creating this completely immersive experience. So many twists and turns and tears and screams. Just, ugh! I completely.
Agent Nightingale
The amount
has
of
been MIA
screaming I
for
did playing this
13
game
years.
alone, which
How did he
mainly
end up
was
here?
when I'm alone, it's less amplified, so it's a lot of or like just like a little to myself, little squeaks. I just love, like,
Nightingale came from
it
the lake
feels like
before his murder.
a stage production sometimes, like these moments here,
Nightingale
like
was
the way the
chosen as
lights, it's like,
victim.
okay, like I could
Why?
see the light person, like, all right, shift, and then projections, and you know what I mean, like it just, like, they do so much.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a
Yeah,
ritual.
Remedy, yeah, that's the thing
And
that's really
Nightingale
cool, is
component.
Remedy is
They didn't
fully
see him as a
invested
person.
in what they're
More like a container
pulling,
for
like
something.
trying to tell here, with an overarching story. And what I really appreciate and love is that they're being given the opportunity to do it too, by you know, the people
The lake
investing
is
in
connected
them,
to Nightingale somehow.
by the
Casey,
community
let's take a look
supporting
down by
these
the lake.
games and letting them
Lead the
be
way.
successful.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Okay.
And that also just makes the story hit harder, because you've already, well, hopefully, you've already come to this game having played Control. So just the characters they mention,
Hunches, Anderson.
just the lore behind the FBC, that you come into, like, I've already spent 30 hours exploring that
From the lake.
part of the story.
Probably
So you come in with, like, that
shelter, safety.
that background knowledge. You're like, oh shit, like this is all
You're ready.
really connected, and like,
Put together so far.
and I know who these characters are already. Like, there's
It's not
no
that complicated.
like, oh, who's this red-haired woman that they're talking about, and who's this, Dr. Darling, like, who's that? And like, we were like, oh shit, that's why this is connected, that's why this makes sense, and that's why this hits harder, is because you've already spent another 20, 30, 40 hours in a different game that explained all of this.
And the
The
truth
job
is,
is
if
unfinished.
you played Control, it's probably because you played Alan Wake and like Remedy, and then you played Control, and then
This time of year.
it's funny because
Haven't
it's like
figured out my idea.
I've definitely heard, like, Shazame, who's newer to this universe,
Lots of
I've said
answers
this, has been like
specified.
excited for the Control implications, and it's so funny because, like, when I played Control, I was excited about the Alan Wake implications. Like, they were
You
talking
need to
about
get
Alan
out
Wake
more.
stuff, and it was just like,
It is kind of creepy,
it's just such a cool world they've set up here, and like, I cannot wait to see what they do next. It feels like it's gonna be a little bit,
Perfect.
because between the remakes of Max Payne 1 and 2,
They come out
and then
from under
Control
the boulder.
3, I think, is what's after that, and a Control 2. Sorry, Control. They're skipping 2. It's
What is this, Goat Simulator?
Part of the lore. They're gonna go back to 2.
There's a piece of paper on the ground.
Oh, you're not even gonna talk about it? Oh, there you go. This is, this is the beginning of, like, the chills coming, like,
page
rolling
full of
up my
text on
arms.
one
This
side.
moment is just, like,
Not a
so.
printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
It's for us.
Oh, they said the word
Text
manuscript.
is about us.
Manuscript 2.
The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading
Reading
the
the
words.
words.
Oh,
These
and then
words felt like a
Alan
message.
starts reading along with her.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
And again, not only
Someone's
this
been
moment being
watching us.
cool,
Playing sick game.
it's her reaction
You
to
were
it.
right. This is right up my alley.
She's
Nightingale came
into
this
it.
way.
She's like,
Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for
she
us.
finds this page of writing that is literally explaining what she's actively doing, and her reaction is, "Yeah, this is what I'm."
This is the case I want to. Yeah.
Here we go. You know, and it's like, it sets her up so well as a character. It's just so it's so good. It's good.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth.
But yeah, it should be like no surprise really that this stuff
Something was
hits
put
for me,
inside
as
him,
it's Twin
in his
Peaks, it's
chest.
Stephen King, it's
I must find out
True
what.
Detective, you know, a show that I really like. It's all of these things all together, rolled into a package of a survival horror that I can manage, or like I'm so invested in everything else that I push through anyways.
You endure.
Yeah, I endure because I'm into it. Yeah, there are moments. So again, this needs to be emphasized too for those that have played Alan Wake and have not come into Alan Wake 2, or have heard all the great things about Alan Wake 2 and started Alan Wake and they're like, "Oh, this is just kind of silly." Like, I can handle Alan Wake 2 probably. Like, Alan Wake 2 is horror. Alan Wake
Yeah.
1 is spooky a little bit.
So, Alan Wake
can
1's
be.
like a haunted house.
Yeah.
Alan Wake 2 is like an actual murder scene.
And there were moments, it's particularly coming into the woods every time put me on edge, because it felt like anyone could come from any nook and cranny of the trees at any moment, you know. Like, and I hear a rustling in the trees and I have to like turn around, I'm like freaking out, you know.
Mm-hmm. And the whole, you know, enemy in this game is shadows and you know, people. So you'll like see shadows at the corners of your eyes, like, oh shit, was that a person? Or you'll hear whispering.
Wait, what's happening here? Did I have to do this instead?
I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense.
There you go, yeah.
Found all I can here.
So there you go. There's a sample. You know, I already knew what I was supposed to be doing, so I ignored it. But you do it like I had to go into the here for her to realize, oh, I need to go to the morgue with this body.
Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Deputy, I want the body taken
Let's
back
tell
to
the
town for
deputies to
proper
get
examination
to the town
ASAP.
morgue, and then he's right in front of him.
Well, sure.
Hey,
but the coroner won't
get
be
it to
back
town
in town
morgue.
for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and
That was the
that's
other
the
funny
key
thing with this game
to
is
the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
just I remember this was like an interesting beginning. She does this, and you're like, oh wow, she can do her own autopsy. That's cool. And then she goes in there and she literally reaches into
Let's
his
get the
chest
car. Drive to
with her
Bright Falls
bare
and
hands.
talk to these witnesses.
And I was like,
Bookers.
excuse me?
The diner, right?
What kind of school did you go to for
Let's
this?
try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
Another thing I really like about this compared to the first game was Alan Wake 1. I mean, it's
Seems
such
like a nice town so far.
different generations of
Aside.
game design
Pretty
style
worse.
and everything else.
Cute lodge we got set
But in the
up
first game,
We should go for a hike if we
it
get
was
a
a lot
chance.
of
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
very linear,
Deputies
very
aren't
like
exactly up to
get to this
task, but
point on the
hopefully
map
sheriff will be more helpful.
and
Now
go
those
through these
surprised about the
little, again,
deputies
haunted house like,
doubt
you know,
they've
monster
seen
boxes
stuff
along the
this
way.
gruesome.
This one is, as you can see, if we go to the map, it's a lot of these big open areas where you can explore at your own pace. There are locked areas, of course, that you have to get things to be able to then get into them and stuff like that. But it's a lot of just going through these big open areas, revisiting areas.
And I would say even like a good third of each of these areas is completely optional.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, talking about Remedy crossing the universes. This is the first little, well, second actually.
I'm gonna go
I
check
remember on the
something out.
fence. There's a
Be
hint,
right back.
but
Got it.
our first true sign. Do not touch. This station is property of the FBC, and you can see the Federal Bureau of Control symbol on the game. Of course, the organization that is in the game control from Remedy from, I think,
19?
19? I was gonna
Kid's
say 18 or
lunchbox?
19.
An Alex
Let's see.
Casey
Let me
movie
fact check
lunchbox.
myself.
Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective. He hates those,
19,
but
August
he really
27th.
hates the movies.
Yeah, look,
I've played a video game or two in my life.
that's nice, bro. Yeah, I already have more bullets and another headshot. So I can get this already. This was like the least. I was like, I want to have shot for shot control. I don't want to have like automatic pistol.
Yeah.
Especially with the way this game works. So it's the combat, as we'll hopefully get to see a little bit of, is not as, again, it's not as explosive and silly as the first game, really. It's impactful. It's pick your shots. It's conserve your ammo. It's a lot more Resident Evil, really. The combat, I would say, it feels a lot more
Can't
like
fit the
Resident
clues
Evil, like
all
especially the
together
more
yet.
modern remakes.
Part removed, tripod, tracks
And that
leading
ain't
to
a bad
dead
thing.
end.
Yeah,
Tripod for a camera to record a.
it is. It is
Maybe.
fascinating though. Like
And
every
why
game
take
they've
out his
made
heart
up
just
until
to
this
throw it
one
away?
has been
Stuffed in
super fast.
something
Has
for
been
us
super
to
free flowing.
find.
Control, right? Like you're flying around in that game, you know. And then this one is truly, you know, it's the meme that so many people say about so many games, and it's boots on the ground. It's, you know, it's heavy. It's, you know, it's, you feel the vulnerability of being just a person in this world versus, you know, in Control you're literally like a god by the end of that game, to be honest. And then like the first Alan Wake, it feels like a
Here we
schlocky little movie, you know, so
Let's drive back
or
to
show.
town and meet
So
the sheriff at the
he
diner.
is like an action hero in that, you know.
I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so
It
directly
is.
before.
Could you imagine
Damn impressive work.
you're walking around your house and you just see a piece of
With
paper
your
on the
technique,
floor,
these
and you
punches
pick it up,
moving fast.
and if you read it, it's everything
I
you've
wasn't
done
sure
up
about
until
taking a
that
case
point,
so far
up to
from
you
home, but
picking that piece of paper
I'm
up, and you're just
thrilled
like,
to
I
hear the
would
mystery.
literally lose my mind. Like that would be it. I'd be
and
like,
meanwhile, Saga's here like, man, this is sick.
you're like, I could not handle that.
In the field office?
No, I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway.
What would your
I wanna walk
first
to the
would your
diner, get a
first
feel
thought
for the
be
town.
I'm a character in something, or would your first thought be like someone's here watching me?
If it was that exact, like to the point where I was like literally everything leading up to me picking up the paper, I'd be like, I'm a character on
diner's just up
something.
the
Like
waterfront.
this is
Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses.
some higher being is making fun of me right now. Like this is a comedy to someone, or you know, this is a show to someone basically.
That's what there's so many like again, another thing I love about this game is that there's just so much unspoken too about what's going on and all the characters and all the lore. Yeah, I'm a character and I'm fucked. You're like, yeah, that's true. If you're a character and you're seeing that on the floor, it's like something's wrong, right? Like something's gone wrong. One, you're coming to terms with the fact that you're not a human being with your own free will, and then two, you're coming to terms with the fact that you are seeing the Matrix somehow. You know, you are seeing the edges of this.
Also, can we just quickly shout out? I don't know if we'll get to them in this little chunk
I'm
of
gonna go
gameplay
do
you're gonna
something
do,
now.
but the shout out to
Be right back.
the Phasmophobia crew in the game.
Oh yeah,
Did you get the story bits from that, like
Yeah.
progressing through the chapters?
I think they're over here somewhere. Yeah, shout out to the. I don't know how much of the Pat Main radio show you got, but
I think we got all of them.
it's such a funny saga that
It's
unrolls.
it's a little sad.
It is sad.
Yeah,
too.
it's a little sad.
But like especially the beginning, the first few where it's like, Tapio, are you still there? And he's like, yeah, you never hung up. Like it's just so good. But you know, it's what Remedy has done for a long time. You know, these like kind of audio log type stuff, but it's diegetic. Is that the right word, Fern? I always forget the two different terms. Like it's from within the world, you know.
And it's not information you need. It's just information that, it's just
Helps fill out.
little-
Yeah, and so like minor spoiler, you do eventually see Pat, and it's just like it feels like such a cool thing to eventually stumble onto this character you've been hearing throughout the game, you know.
I know, spoilers. We get to see Alan Wake.
Yeah. What are you talking about? Alan Wake's in this game?
He drowned.
Okay, we'll not listen to the whole thing. But I think they're usually right around here, the little ghost hunters. I don't know if this is one of them already. Like, just got here.
Yeah. For little extra information, there's a group of like 3 or 4 NPCs that if you pay attention to their conversations as you're going around, they're like ghost hunters, and they come to Bright Falls to like ghost hunt in the woods. And I won't spoil what happens, but it's very interesting, very funny.
All right, let's see. Is this room normal?
Hello.
Oh, it's a little bit there, but it's not as bad as it was. I can tell you that much. Oh, yeah, it's still it's in motion. It's a little rough, but it's miles better than I remember when we were. I remember watching you first go in there, and it was like snow sparkles everywhere. So you can see the Mind Palace is actually based on this room, which is a fun little thing. It's their field office, and I think the idea is, I think she says this as much too, right? Like she says like every new field office, she kind of bases her Mind Palace.
Yeah.
Hey there, Mr. Deer. You remind me of a dream I had.
She likes to pet deer for some reason. It's never really explained. She like talks about it.
I don't understand, because it seems like she's like into animals, like, oh, sorry this happened to you or whatever, but it's just like we never understand why.
Yeah, I love this guy just dancing in here the whole game pretty much. He's
Just vibing out,
he's
dude.
just vibing. Or maybe it's a little nod to Audrey, the classic person to dance in an inn. Okay, Water, I see you. See, I'm really, it is really pretty wild that this big game's big return. The first few hours of this game are so just walking around, talking to people, exploring this city, exploring this town. Like it's not, there's no combat until like an hour and a half in,
Yeah.
Again, it's really setting the tone, really saying, hey, this is a slower game than you're used to probably. Love these coffee freaks.
It's giving you the time to be like, this may not be for you.
You can still get your Steam refund. It's not even on Steam. Does Epic have the same policy?
I don't know. They must have a policy.
Yeah.
Unless they're like, no refunds, ever.
We already give you 1 million free games, no refund for you.
Which apparently they lose so much money on that.
Yeah, they do. That's, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like,
Nice to have you here.
I don't know if I'd rather you give me free games or you keep your staff employed.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Sheriff. I'm separate.
No, I know which one I'd rather.
I wouldn't say no to another.
Yeah, free games.
Tim Breaker. And let me just say,
We do not condone laying off people for greed.
Sean Ashmore, famous actor of stage and screen.
Your deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them sound like suspects.
And previous Remedy protagonist, actually.
the bookers don't strike me as
Played Quantum Break lead character, and someone pointed out his name is Tim Breaker.
I'll see what they have to
Quantum
say.
Quantum
Easy, you can
Break.
notes with the sheriff.
So it's everything they do is leaning back into their other media. There's a character you eventually learn about named Warland Dorr, and there's a character from Quantum Break named Martin Hatch. And so there's all these parallels, and so it's just this entire game plays with like, okay, which is the core reality, which is which is actual reality, which is not reality, which is fictionalized reality. It's really fun. I love this little nod. The jukebox is out of order. The poor old thing can only take so much of the same song being played over and over and over. I'm as big a fan of Coconut as the next person, but come on. Get excited. In the first game, you meet the old gods of Asgard, the metal band duo, and they are constantly listening to Coconut on this jukebox for some reason. You can actually see we got some old gods of Asgard music in here. Got Take Control. Alone of My Own Wake? Alone at My Own Wake? We got the Coconut song up here. There's all kinds of little, just like I did yesterday with Spider-Man, right? Like I also have to commend Remedy. They really put in their work to detail a scene. One of my favorite little ones was up here, right, behind the counter, up just above where the cashiers and the people greet people. It says, "Teamwork makes the dream work," in like ridiculous like word art from like MS Paint. It's my favorite. And yeah, oh, go ahead.
All those the little details just make the universe more believable, which makes you just more immersed and makes you just enjoy the story so much more.
Yeah. It's just like, it's all of these things. Someone made that. You know what I mean? Like someone, it may not be like incredible. Like I'm sure this has some lorem ipsum on it. This Deerfest checklist. I'm sure it does, but like they still designed it to look like a proper checklist, proper flyer, all these things. Like they all look like things in a small town that you would see. What was the thing I was gonna say? Oh yeah. Famously, me, Fern, and Fish went to the diner from Twin Peaks that this is essentially a recreation of, down to the nitty gritty. Hello, Glory. We are having fun with English major horror game. And we it's so down to the fine details that I'm pretty sure we sat like here. I think there was maybe more. There was more booths at the real one, so I think we were like more here, but there was booths still over this way. But yeah, it's wild to see a place that I've actually been to basically recreated here. Going into the employees only. That's what you could do when you're FBI.
Rest easy.
We should go back. Take Shazame with us.
Hell yeah. We got to tell them that, hey, they basically recreated this place in a game too. I don't know if you know.
You know that TV show that they based this diner out of? They also did it in a game.
They're like, what? Stop.
Please.
I can't get through this.
Oh, they made the reflections a little better.
Yeah, some of the scenes, the reflections were a little rough.
Yeah, if you look up the like Ultra 4090, you know, most geared out PC possible, the reflections actually look good. All right, let's interrogate these people.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
Agent
put them in a room.
Are you the bookers?
That's us. I'm Tammy, and he's Ed.
Fern's calling you out in chat.
Just Saga is fine, Ed.
So, are we being charged with anything? Because if not, we'd love to get back to our hotel and decompress.
When am I not a fucking terror?
Take a bath, scream into pillows, that kind of thing.
We're not charging you. I just have a few questions.
Is that when I started
Okay.
the Fern mouth noises?
How? Yeah, it was.
What were you?
Listen, I was like so sleep deprived.
I'm a writer. True crime.
I think you were so sleep deprived. Fern was laughing, but it was like
I was down at the lake getting some details.
stress laugh, but you were like, "Oh, Fern's laughing. I'm making Fern laugh. I'm going to make Fern keep laughing."
So what did you see in the woods?
This naked dude came out of the lake and
I was like sleep deprived, full of coffee,
weird shit.
eating pie.
He must have been on something.
Unless skinny dipping at dawn is a thing around here.
Then we heard shooting.
Yeah, see? Fern, you loved it. You were in tears.
It was so funny.
Deer masks. They were tearing into the naked guy with knives, like some kind of satanic cult.
I like Ed.
And then we bolted and called the cops.
I like egg.
What makes you say it was a cult?
Oh, getting like
The masks and knives
sleazy.
aren't enough.
Perhaps. Who is this?
They were shouting, "Cult of the Tree."
Perhaps.
Is that
we have we seen these people before?
Potato Bandit Cat?
Oh, and then we found out. The whole thing was terrifying. That's all.
Welcome, Cat.
The cult of the tree.
Checking out Alan Wake 2. You can finally see Cat. Cat's been constantly telling herself, I can probably play Alan Wake 2. I can probably do it. And I've constantly been like, Cat, no, it's so scary. And then people have been like, yeah, I played the first game. It's not that scary. It's probably you'd probably be able to do it. And I'm like, Cat, no, Alan Wake 2 is so different. You can see it firsthand. It's the scariest stuff is about to start.
Were at Cauldron Lake. Why?
Fence was built to hide what's there. They say the rider fell in the lake.
Private party. No trespassing.
My book has questions.
You should watch clips of Cat playing Resident Evil 4 remake.
Nothing to do with a murder.
The yelping,
that game isn't even scary.
The yelping and that Cat was doing in that game.
So you found something there, right? A necklace these cultists may have dropped.
Oh no. That's always see, that's what I'm saying. Fern's always like,
it's evidence.
It's your fault for looking through stuff that could have spoilers. And I'm like, it's just the internet. You'll be just looking through TikToks and all of a sudden you'll like find a spoiler for something you're trying to watch. It's not my fault.
Thanks. This could prove to be helpful. Do me a favor. Stick around town for now in case we have any more questions.
Like we'd even dream of missing dear friends.
Oh God. Saga Anderson. As I live and breathe. I thought
thought we'd never see you back here after that awful, awful thing happened to your baby girl.
So this is already like interesting.
How are you?
Saga's literally an
sorry.
FBI agent just coming to town to do this murder investigation, and this random waitress
Rose.
flagging her down.
You know me. I don't
How do you know me?
And what horrible thing happened to my baby girl?
She drowned. Your daughter. That's so weird. You don't remember.
It's such a out-of-pocket thing to say to someone, even if they did forget or they're like, that's so weird. You don't remember your daughter drowned. That's weird of you. That's kind of cringe.
I mean, Rose has always been a little weird, though.
Mistaking me for someone else.
If you say so.
And then hit her with the, if you say, what the hell? If you say so, what the hell? Like, it's just so funny. Rose is a weirdo.
All set? My guys have Nightingale at the morgue if you're ready to go take a look.
Let's go.
Yes, I think.
Look, I see. I got a lead. Looks like we're dealing with a cult. The cult of the tree.
Suddenly getting like a stuffy nose.
Bro.
Have you heard of this cult of the tree, Sheriff?
Only the urban legend. If you're in the woods at night, the cult will get you. That sort of thing.
We're not gonna find out you're the Grand Wizard or something, are we?
I played some D&D back in the day. Wizard was always my favorite.
Hey yo, Tim Breaker playing D&D.
Looks like you have some guests.
I bet Tim. You know what's funny though? See, like Tim Breaker used to play D&D.
Real important guests. Dear Fast.
Tim Breaker's game of the year is probably Baldur's Gate.
Can we talk about how people were surprised that Baldur's Gate 1 Game of the Year?
I think it's just such a hard year. It's such a hard year. I think it's silly that it became a giant fight on the internet apparently, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I saw people going up to bat for like Spider-Man stuff. It's like, it's a popularity contest.
Rose has a talent for saying the weirdest thing possible, but it's best not to take it personally.
Hey, boss. Corpse is downstairs ready to go.
Yep, in the morgue, all prepped.
I'd like to take a closer look as soon as possible. Lead the way, Sheriff.
Oh, this is the Bright Falls Sheriff Station.
hold on,
Anything you
Sheriff.
need, just let us know.
Yeah, I'm gonna
We
use this
appreciate
computer.
the support, Sheriff.
I'll be right with you, sir.
Hey, don't look at me while I'm using your computer. Whoa, that's
FBI business.
Eerie the way one guy was standing up there. So there's fun little things you can look through computers. Control had a lot of that.
Here, I see. Sir, some patience, please.
I can't force it open.
They locked up an innocent man.
What'd you do? What'd you do?
I swear I didn't do anything. They're a lying bunch of bastards. You believe me, right?
No, I don't. Might be.
See you around.
Thanks,
Agent.
officer. Uh-oh, chat, hold on. I think my Discord just crashed. Maybe?
As you know, the investigation is being taken over by the federal agents. Sheriff Breaker wants us to cooperate fully.
Aye, man.
Fern, can you hold on?
Serious, Nelson.
Is the VGG server okay, Fern? Well, Fish, can you wait? Okay, Fish, join me in Another server stream call. Oh yeah, we'll do this. You're right. Hello.
Does that work?
I think this will work, but what happened to my
It's like the VGG Discord just blew up.
That's not good. It's literally just our servers.
That's what I was saying. Like I went to go look and I was like, why is there an exclamation point on you? Just yours. So I went to go check the other Discords.
That's not good. Okay, hold on, chat. Or gotta reset. Oh. And then it kicked me out of the call? What the hell?
What the heck?
What the hell? And then oh my god. That's annoying. It reset our positions. You're on the left
Oh
now?
my god.
What is going on, man? Are you Googling for It's, Twitch came for my chat, my Discord because I showed a wiener on stream.
That's right. Your channel's next.
I don't know why they went for my Discord first.
To give you a chance to shut it off.
Well, I mean, it's happening to like Oscar says, you know, it's showing up there. Oh wait, what the hell?
What?
Rinx's server just got it.
Oh,
It's
maybe
like,
Discord's dying.
The baseball server I'm in just got it. Servers are dying one by one.
They're finally coming to shut it down.
Degraded and unavailable servers they are currently investigating. Okay, well, let's get back to the game. Well, that was strange and scary for a moment.
Alan Wake's coming out of the game.
I found my way out of the dark place. And I found myself in a new dark place called Discord.
Honestly, dude.
All right, anyways. That was briefly. I'm glad. Is it bad that I'm glad it's not just us? Because for a second I was like, did our server get nuked? Okay, wait. This is why Alan Wake 2 is a Game of the Year nominee. This alone.
Only had a tour guide. Also, it's bear season. Oh no, a bear. Help.
The punch.
Did somebody call for a tour guide? Oh wow. Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours. Unforgettable tour experiences at affordable prices. That's right. I'm Ilmo Koskela, voted best coffee roaster / tour guide by Coffee World magazine. And I'm here to give you the tour of a lifetime. But Ilmo, I've heard the government has seized
You're ready, chat.
access to many local nature attractions.
Say it with me.
That is true, Yanko. Many local attractions have recently become fenced off by the government. And that's why at Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours, we say, fuck the government.
That's right.
Fuck the government. We have bolt cutters. It's such a hilarious thing in a commercial.
Anywhere. Hiking through the scenic Elderwood National Park. Fishing in the crystal clear waters of Bright Falls Dam. Bird watching at majestic Mirror Peak.
Wow.
Time is just one phone call away. Book now to get a 9% discount on
I love the 9% discount too. It's just such an odd number. Book now and get a 9% discount. Anyway, sorry.
I love Ilmo Yako, dude.
So we share a morgue with the funeral home next door. It's a shoestring budget. I guess you guys don't have that problem, though. Our only coroner rotates between a few other towns, and he's away this week. But you can handle this, right?
I'm qualified to perform examinations.
Yes, I can reach
Yes.
my hand into an open chest wound. No problem. Oh, fish.
Something about more.
Yes.
They always cheer me up.
You should be proud of
I can't
us.
say I feel the same.
Me, Viddy, and Glory got a victory royale last night.
Nice. I'm jealous.
We were like a few better shots away from a second one too.
I'll start with the external inspection before performing the internal examination.
Wiener.
What was the cause of death?
Wiener on stream.
Aha. They did leave something inside his chest. The body shows signs of being submerged in water post-mortem. It doesn't add up. This looks like text. A tattoo?
Nightingale didn't strike me as a tattoo guy. Defensive wounds. He put up a fight.
There's writing on here.
The
Can't make it out.
Writing.
there's something about like not quite right proportions on a body that always fucks me up. And so him being all bloated, like his arm just being so massive right here is just like, ugh.
He's got one big arm for gaming.
Time to see what Nightingale's body can tell us.
Oops, oops, oops. Zoom out. I'm too zoomed in.
Yes. Text is smudged. Looks inverted.
Bloating of joints. Anything to learn from the body. Chest ripped open. Cause of death. I mean, that feels like a pretty good cause of death.
There's definitely something in his chest. Did the killers leave it there?
All right, let's see what's in his chest. Oh, she does use tongs, but then yeah, she's touching the body just, and then she gets this thing out of his chest. Tongs, tweezers, and then she gets this thing out of his chest, and she just touches this thing dripping in blood, unfolds it.
It's the same type of page we found at Cauldron Lake.
Nightingale hunted Saga.
It's our boy.
Didn't see her.
I know, it's so funny, Sam. She's like, yeah, I'm all cleared to do examinations. She just reaches in this.
Killing.
Someone's created a fucked up.
It's like a James Bond thing. He has a license to kill. Saga's got a license to just put raw hands in bodies. The special coroner's license that you get. Or morticians? Which one is it? Is it the coroner or the mortician that you need to,
I mean, yes,
you know,
either, huh?
play with bodies?
Both, I guess, right?
Wait.
Oh, Sean Ashmore's disappeared.
Sheriff?
But why?
Oh, dead body is awake. The way from, it's like everything's normal up until this point, and then from this point forward, shit hits the fan. It's just so good. Like everything feels off from this point forward, you know? Nothing feels the same.
Didn't see her. Could not see into bright light.
I'll make you pay.
He's coming.
Yeah, it's not good. But the voice of some strange writer told me I must go into the light.
He can't see me in the light.
My gun's out in
This
the
is
hall.
what I look
Gotta
like
get it back.
trying to go to the fridge in the middle of the night for fridge cheese.
Go.
That's me just trying to get to the bathroom in the middle of the night without turning on any lights because I don't want to like scare away the sleepies. I'm just like, ugh.
Vanished.
End of chapter, baby.
What?
So I promised you good music, chat. Here's some good ass music for you.
We'll be the judge of that.
So I'm pretty sure of this. I'm gonna re-verify. Yeah, okay. Confirmed. Every single song that was a chapter song was handcrafted for Alan Wake 2 between Remedy and a group of Finland musicians. Each artist featured is a Finnish musician, and Sam Lake himself helped write the lyrics for every single one of these songs. And so all of these songs are completely original for Alan Wake 2.
We love to see it. There's only one song that's not on Spotify, and it's very sad because it's like the best song.
It's the one I use for my video, right? Because I think it's the one. Yeah, I think they don't have like a version of it because it's like if they compiled all the versions, it'd probably be like an 18-minute song. We can't, you know, you can't skip the song. It's just such a bop. It's so sad in a way because there's so many things that aren't revealed about this game until way later. So our session with it today is not gonna show a lot, you know, a lot of what makes the game even more special. But I'll do a little bit more so we can see some of the spooky hours.
Spooky hours.
Follow you into the dark.
Death Cab for Cutie.
That's what, when I first heard, they're like, check out the new song, Follow You Into the Dark, featured in the Alan. I was like, what? They used Death Cab? And then I was like, oh, it's a totally different song.
He didn't.
Then this is you, Fish, after you did accidentally get rid of the nighttime sleepies. As you hunched over.
But he's still alive.
Just so sad.
Predicted all of it.
I'm awake.
It helped me fight him.
He just disappeared? What the hell is going on here?
We need to figure that out if we're going to do anything about it. Somehow we need to make sense of this. Right before things got crazy, Sheriff Breaker just...
I know they're like forgetting that a man just vanished before their very eyes just moments ago as well.
He seemed anxious, like he dreaded what was coming. One more mystery. There's no rational explanation to what we just saw.
I'd love to blame this on mass hallucination caused by inhaling volcanic gas, but we both know that's bullshit. This was supernatural.
Well, I'm glad
I appreciate again. This is a game. This is a game where the characters are in a genuine horror story, and like monsters and beings are out there, and they're not like there's no way. They both are like, no, there's something supernatural happening here, and they just they go with it, right? You know, they're not like they're not doing the skeptic storyline. You know, they're like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck's happening, but there's something unexplainable happening here.
Yes, this town ain't right.
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult. A ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster.
Can't be opened on this side.
Little details like this is where that table has been sitting for years, so it's all ugly and degraded underneath, and now that's been all flipped over, it's, you know, revealed, and you can see all that stinky. Oh, it's making me. Let's see if I can see them spawn in. I'm standing by the door where the two deputies eventually come at, like,
A dead
what's
man turned
going
into a
on?
monster. Light as a way to fight him. Pages predicting the future. There's no rational explanation. This is the case we must solve.
We gotta go to Cauldron Lake.
We gotta go back.
Oh, they're smart. They're smart. They're smart. I did the case board, but I still have to tell Casey, hey, we gotta go back to Cauldron Lake.
The page
So I
places
can't just stand
Nightingale
over there
back
and
at
see
Cauldron
this two
Lake.
deputies like spawn
Calls
in.
him a taken.
Hold on, I gotta pee pee.
We need to head over there.
Okay.
Gotta go
Stop him
P3.
before anyone else gets hurt.
Okay.
We heard gunshots. Y'all okay?
Did you get spooked by the bodies?
Sheriff Breaker disappeared.
They like
Nightingale
seem to
turned into
not
some sort of
acknowledge
monster,
this
and their
dead body
office
right
is
here.
down.
Like he kind of looks
You
down
two
at it,
handle things here.
but
We
then
need
they're
to
like,
get
"Are
back
you?
to Cauldron
Did
Lake
you get spooked
immediately."
by something?" And it's like, there's literally a dead body at
That's
your feet right
terrible.
now.
We'll do what we can, man.
Also, I'm sure this was on purpose, but it's very funny that Fish's camera is just on a freeze frame.
That's crazy, right, Thornton? Nightingale's heart was missing. How could he do anything? He's dead.
Yeah, right. Well, that's all crazy talk. Monsters aren't real and
See these two cops. Oh. What is going on, Discord? We'll wait and see when Fern comes back. Or Fern Fish. Discord's just breaking today, left, right, and center. Yeah, I'm a little sleepy too. As S Videotech said earlier, I was also out playing video games with friends, including S Videotech.
They're a fine pair.
All right, let's get back to Cauldron Lake. Something's going
Nightingale and
on.
his cult are dangerous. We need to be prepared in case things escalate more than they already have. Can you call it in, KC?
A smart choice, Anderson.
Fish is now offline
Yeah. We need backup.
on Discord.
Falls case. Whoever you can spare. ASAP. Think we'll actually find Nightingale at the lake?
The pages haven't been wrong yet.
We can't assume the person writing these pages isn't playing us.
I agree. But it's our best lead. I'm gonna take a quick look around. Meet you back at the car.
Everything is borked. Oh, more channels are going down again on my feed. I'm live. I'm in the ether alone out here.
Good to see you.
Me and Fish gonna have to hop on Skype, bro.
Good afternoon.
Hello? Fish passed? Now there's two of me.
Did you check out the town, Anderson?
Just getting my bearings. Ready to go?
Waiting on you.
Bro, what's that? I'm scared, dude. I feel like we've
I need to
messed with demons we weren't supposed to, and now everything's falling apart.
13 years ago. He was chasing a writer, Alan Wake.
Hello?
Hello?
Tammy mentioned him. She's writing
We're
a book
back.
on his
We're
disappearance.
back.
You know the
What's
detective
happening?
character from his books.
Discord, please.
Yeah, I've heard the jokes at the office. Cold
Yeah,
case.
it's so funny the timing, because you like said you're leaving to pee, and so your feed
The same name.
like
similar
was a freeze
job.
frame, and so I was like,
First thing anyone
okay, he
thinks
like
of.
probably did something
Annoyed
where
me,
like
but
you
that
know
was it.
he could do that. It's
Then,
just like
10
the
years
BRB,
ago,
and
I
then
started getting strange letters in the mail. Fragments of prose describing murders. You've heard the stories about
yeah,
what
as
happened
we're
to you.
coming into the
Some
ending
of them
section
wasted.
here of
Bodies start to
Alan Wake
pile
2,
up.
like
It
again,
was
we
a
couldn't
murder
show
cult.
everything about this
Turns
game
out the
in this
fragments sent to me were from the
opening
crime
hours,
books of
but
Alan Wake. The cult was copycatting the murders.
I genuinely
In their
might
heads,
want
they
to
were
do a full
performing
stream of
a
this
ritual to
eventually,
bring
because it's
Wake
just
back.
it's such a good
Their
game.
imagined prophet. After that case, I started looking into
Like
Wake's
where this
disappearance
game
on the side.
goes, where it constantly
And you
makes you
thought this case might be
question,
connected to him?
you know,
His
yourself
name does
and
keep
the
popping up.
narrative. Just like
I just
it just
wanted you to
all
have all the
works
facts.
so well.
Next time, give them to me before we find ourselves in the middle of a horror story.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you have, as I go into finally the spooky hours, do you have any final things you want to say about it?
Play it.
Play the game.
Play the game.
It's so I know a lot of people have that perspective of like when they hear like, no, you need to play this and this, or watch this and this and this before you do that. They're like, ugh.
Need to figure
But
out
genuinely,
exactly what that means.
if you can and have any desire to play
Thanks.
Alan Wake 1, play Control
start looking for
bare
Nightingale
minimum
where he was
before
killed.
playing this game. It adds so much.
The writer of
It
these
genuinely
pages knows
does.
what will happen.
If you have a PlayStation, PS4, PS5, it's on PS
Impossible
Plus.
things are happening here. A world operating on different rules.
I think even, or was
need
it
to
like a
understand this
monthly
strange
game?
logic.
Is Alan Wake
To
remastered?
see the clues.
It should be on there.
It might have been a monthly game from a while ago, or it's on there. But if it is, yeah, play both of those games. They are both good in their own right. They're both good
I've been
horror
thinking
games
more
too.
about the
Control
cult of the
does have a
tree.
lot of horror to it.
What sort of cult refers to themselves as a cult?
In my experience, they don't.
We're not seeing the full picture yet.
Hey, hello there.
It's the guy from the TV.
Those restricted area signs don't do a
Hello.
damn thing, huh?
Saga Anderson. Are you two supposed to be here?
I'm Ilmo Koskela. Fantastic to meet you. And yes, Stephen here hired me to show him through the woods. He's in town on important government business, fixing this impressive piece of hardware.
I work for the FBC, ma'am. I'm authorized to be here.
And I bet you two are here about that murder. Nasty stuff. How's it going?
What is this thing?
It's just a monitoring station, ma'am. The Federal Bureau of Control checks volcanic activity and air toxicity levels. No need to worry, though. It's mostly for research purposes.
That's one gorgeous weather saga. Looks Nordic. I bet a family member made it.
Stephen, we're investigating a murder.
I just ignore him. Stephen.
What can you tell me about your bureau?
Nothing that isn't classified, I'm afraid. But I don't know anything about a murder. Operations here are run by a different department. I'm just here to make some repairs. The wiring on this thing frays every couple months.
Yep, that's the raccoons. They grow real big here with teeth like you wouldn't believe. Can't gnaw right through a garbage can.
How did you hear about the murder, Ilmo? Do you know anything that could help us?
People tend to tell me things.
So again,
The
another
Koskela
connection to
brothers
the
are kind of a household
FBC.
name around here. Speaking of, if you're looking for some fun, stop by Watery.
Start to
Just
get a
down the road
hint of
from
some
Bright Falls.
antagonizing
There's a
between the
Coffee World
locals
amusement park. There's
and these
sauna,
encroaching
sauna
government. I mean, we already see the fuck
And
the
we
government
offer a variety of guided tours,
on the
hunting,
TV.
fishing, hiking, whatever strikes your fancy. You name it, we probably got it.
My mother made this sweater for me. How do you know?
I knew it. My mom used to knit those sweaters for me and my brother. Watery, my hometown, was founded by Finnish immigrants. So between your name and the sweater, I figured your family might be from Finland too. Suomi, Finland. Ulla, Karjalan piirakka.
I love another thing I really love about
My
Remedy
mom's family is from Sweden originally. I don't know much about them beyond that.
is
The sweater is just something
how
to
much they
remember her
bring
by.
in their Finnish
That's all for
heritage to everything that they do. Even though the games are set mostly in North
Let's get to
North
the murder
America,
stuff, Casey.
with you know, Max Payne being set in New York and Control also being set in New York.
A lot of things about this case keep bothering me.
Alan Wake 1 and
But
2
one
being
thing
set in the
feels
Pacific
really
Northwest.
off.
Like
Breaker's disappearance.
they just fit in their Finnish heritage, and
don't
it's
get the
not
feeling
like
Nightingale
forced
was
either in my
responsible.
eyes. Like it's like a nice, like it feels like, yeah, I would not be surprised to find out that there is a town in Oregon that is founded by, you know, Finnish people and have a lot of Finnish people moving there and living there.
Not the kind of
Yeah.
disagreements we normally solve.
It's all done really well, and they uplift their Finnish again. Like all the musicians in this game Finnish, all the, you know, they uplift their culture in ways that's really nice.
Our crime scene's drowning. I never minded rain. Feels like home.
No sign of Nightingale. But the page did place him at Cauldron Lake in an overlap. So how do we follow him there?
Maybe something around here will tell us.
Monsters? Overlaps?
I got so much
Rituals?
ammo.
What do you make of
So much of it, and not a shadow person to shoot.
Not the detective. Acting out their sick fantasy. They may be trying to get you involved, forcing you into their twisted world.
But with dead men coming alive, the word ritual starts to have more weight behind it. We need to look around, learn what this ritual is. After we find
It's just,
Nightingale,
yeah, what's actually
what
happening here, what's actually going on in
I've
this
never
story
arrested a monster.
is so
I've watched
worth
you arrest
diving
plenty of
into and finding out
monsters,
because it's
Anderson.
so
You know
much
what
more
I mean.
interesting than you initially think.
Monsters. Light worked
And it's
against him
already,
at the morgue.
when I say that, it's not
That might be
saying
the
that
only way to stop him from hurting anyone else.
initially it's not that interesting. It's initially very interesting. And yet it is even more interesting the more you dive in.
We've seen this symbol before.
Good eye.
Bare feet. Nightingale. I'll see where these footprints lead. Can you
The
comb
whole
through the
game
crime
is like
scene
that.
one more time, KC?
The more
Just in
you
case.
play, the more you want to know what's happening.
I'll radio you.
It's like an onion, you know? Like Shrek says.
Yeah, every single layer is the same.
Yeah, stuff like like as soon as it became clear that like the sun was setting and you're going into the forest as it's getting darker and darker, I was like, oh, I don't like this. Like my hackles are raised, hair standing up on arms. Yeah, Discord is falling apart. Oh. Oh no, never mind.
You thought the space was gonna be like,
Wait,
this is the final draft.
I think this is different. It says, Saga bent down to inspect the body on the table. Somehow it all felt familiar. The straps, the heart, the mutilated corpse laying on the rain-soaked wood. Like deja vu, she chased the source of the feeling. Found nothing. None of the victims from her past cases resembled this one. It didn't feel like anything from her past. More like something from a dream, from a life she could barely remember. Maybe one that wasn't even hers. Then the feeling passed, like a shadow in the trees, shifting in the wind. Shifting with the wind, Saga blinked, shook the feeling from her head. She turned her focus back on the work. There was a lot to do. Casey and the deputy were watching her. She had a feeling this would be an exciting case. I think that's a different page. Because I don't remember there just being one right here. Yeah, I opened Discord on my phone, and it's interesting the way instead of the white exclamation marks,
What's the Forest's favorite shape?
they're straight up just the servers are just missing from my. Oh god.
I can feel something. A presence.
Game jump scared me.
Nightingale isn't far.
Gotta love, and by love I mean hate, walking into shallow water in a horror game. A sign about the Witch's Lake. Witch's Ladle, I think actually was.
What is that? Seems like it's reacting to the light.
Why she got a ladle?
These aren't the same tracks that were here before. They're headed into the tree, not.
Oh yeah, mine are just starting to disappear on Discord desktop now. It says 8 others. I just have an exclamation that says 8 other servers are unavailable due to a temporary outage.
Place. Saga stepped into the witch's hut. Inside, a bright light. There were objects that stood out to Saga, as if the light had manifested them.
The witch's hut. Okay. I trust the pages to lead me to the overlap.
I like that, and yeah, she's so immediately like, all right, I'm in. You know, she's like, I'm following this. Bro, when am I gonna get a monster attacking me?
The tracks lead into the water. Where'd he go from here?
We're going to the witch's hut, Saga.
This is the witch's hut. The page described the hut being lit and mentioned a fuse.
Anderson, thought I saw something in the woods. Probably just a deer, but I'm gonna check it out.
Okay.
Why, Casey? Why would you do that?
This fuse is busted.
If I'd be like, Anderson, I thought I saw something in the woods. I'm going to the car.
I'm a scared little baby. I'm going back to the car.
This one looks good. People should really stop littering, though.
It's wild to think we've done a couple hours of every single nominee. You're about to wrap it up for us, and it's just like, it's wild to think we did that already.
We did the damn thing.
We done did it. Hello? Wow. And look at this. Ready? All my stuff. Oh, that's how they get you.
Oh, they took away all your.
I have no ammo.
Yeah, no ammo. That's.
Oh, okay. It has some. What did I rock with? Was I rocking with the? I mean, crossbow. Crossbow was something I heavily invested in. The crossbow was incredible.
It kind of fell off for me by the end of the game because I had so much rifle ammo. I was rocking like pistol, the long shotgun, and the rifle.
I just really liked that you could get ammo back. You could, if you got a good shot, like you could kill people with one hit. Oh, interesting. They only gave me back one coffee mug.
Why?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Okay, let's quick slot. I don't know why I'm like doing this. We're about to stop this one.
You gotta set it up for the next time you play. You're bringing all the shotguns.
Just why not? It's there. Is what was my thinking. This gets reloaded. Oh, everything is reloaded. Okay. The page is in a different place. I feel like it was over here.
Another page.
Oh no, there is two pages.
Making progress.
New page.
But this is. Oh, was this there? It's the poem. The writer of the first word, not the writer of the last, with the terror of the light and the shadow cast. The third eye now open to project the night. This is the moment to write. This is the ritual to lead you on. Your friends will meet him when you are gone. I don't think that was there. I don't remember, man. I don't know anymore. I'm questioning everything.
The sign. Saga addressed the witch. The smudged line on the heart. The second part recited from memory. I brought you the heart, witch. Show me the terror. Saga pushed the heart through the hole in the sign.
Give me something to shoot at before I stop playing Alan Wake 2, please. Freaking deer, dude. It still got me, even remembering that it's there.
Occultist. A monster. Like Nightingale.
Blew open his chest. I was thinking about that, but that's like a whole other, like 2 hours almost, I feel like, just to, well, no, actually. We just gotta take, you're right. Actually, it's right here, isn't it? No, I'm forgetting, huh? Wait. Do I have to, is it just because I haven't done all the rest of this? Okay, I already got my shotgun. Let me go into the dark place. I'm trying to remember. Let's see. Let me see. I'm now realizing I think I'm adding so much more time. But I think it is. You literally come in here, you get the heart.
And the dark place.
The what now?
You're in over your head. Next stop. Caldera Street Station.
The threshold. Like a doorway.
Nightingale not gonna know what came for him with the gear I've got equipped right now. He's gonna be like, I'm here. What the? Oh my god!
Where'd you get a shotgun and a rifle and another shotgun and a crossbow?
Case board.
Shouldn't spend time on old questions.
Sorry, case board. I zipped through a bunch of it.
The page from the witch's hut seems to be describing some kind of ritual. To get into the overlap, I need to find Nightingale's heart. Read the line imprinted on it, plus the line on the page to the witch's ladle sign. Then
Yeah, I'm excited to showcase El Paso. I'm gonna have I think we'll take a little break after this just to get people knowing that El Paso is coming.
Where is it now?
Totally understand, Tretch. We will be switching over soon to the next game, so if you want to just hang out, and we'll be moving on to the next game soon. We're gonna do one little fight here, I think. So is it here now, or is there still more I have to It's still not here. Oh, I have to profile. Hey, buddy. Where's your heart?
I need Nightingale's heart to get to the overlap.
Hey, bud.
Hey, bud.
Just leaned close. He was there, but he was risen. Nightingale was there. The opposite of sunspots. Who said that?
That's not it. I don't have what I need to find Nightingale's heart. There must be more.
I like that you just hit him again, no, seriously, where the fuck is your heart?
They played cards in the general store. The witch had stolen his heart. Get out of my house.
Nightingale's heart is at the general store, in a fridge.
Got you.
The text on the heart is clearer now. Legible. I feel like I recognize this. The fridge. The heart. I knew it would be here. Like I saw it in a dream.
It was literally, you could see a droplet of blood went onto her thumb from the heart.
And now I need to give the heart to the witch.
Nice.
Makes total sense.
Why is she not having any gloves, man?
Casey, there are cultists in the area. They're taken, like Nightingale. Watch your...
Yeah, thanks for the heads up. I'm still finding my way back. Any city in America I can get through drunk and blindfolded. It's these damn trees.
These damn trees.
Witch's ladle. I need to perform a ritual to open the overlap. This case just keeps getting weirder. But it is exciting.
Down to the witch's ladle. Things are getting progressively weirder and weirder, and things are about to hit a fever pitch in that regard. Having 18 rounds in a magazine is so nice. From the start.
Now there's less monsters.
Oh my god, speaking of having things from the start, having the rifle upgrade to shoot through the shield. Oh, clutch.
Time to do a ritual, chat. Maybe if we do this ritual, we can save Discord.
The wave crashed on the far side of the mirror. I brought you the Heart Witch. Show me the terror.
Alright, what the hell is going on? Again, just like the feeling of it being like, yeah, you can see like nothing else is happening over there. It's like a stage show, you know, like the lights are turned on right here and we're going into this strange void. Got people screaming in our faces.
I think I'm in the overlap. Are you still on your way? Casey!
No. I don't remember my buttons.
Okay, Saga. Going in solo.
We finally made it through the tree, but where are we?
Logan? Logan! Where are you?
We hear
What the fuck was that?
Saga's daughter calling
Logan's
out
back in Virginia.
after
You're imagining
being
things.
told by some stranger that our daughter died, and now suddenly we hear our daughter's voice. Like, what's going on? Personal things are being pulled into this. Who's that?
What was that? Wait. Did I get turned around? No, this is right. This place is looping. Like a nightmare.
We're in a PT loop. Yeah, okay, Shazami. Yeah. I just like, I think I'm remembering my first time playing and just not knowing what I was doing and wandering about, you know, and feeling, but like, it really is that fast. We're just in it.
Need to find Nightingale.
Oh. That was an interesting visually. I mean, like, that's just like every frame of painting. That just looks so cool.
I'm telling you, dude. Every single thing in here can look like a still from a movie.
He's here. Nightingale.
The tension I had playing this segment the first time was like kind of unlike anything I'd experienced in like I mean I am a horror game baby, but like
It's like they're coming in.
just
over
like
that
I
signal.
felt so on edge knowing like I was in this place that was actively tricking me, you know. You could hear this guy talking to you as you're going deeper into the space.
Nightingale's badge.
These overlapping visuals are just so good. Like the first few times you had those ones where it's like you're walking forward and suddenly it looks like you're walking forward in some other space that you've never seen before too, and it's just like so well done. Come on, Nikki boy, let's dance. L1, I forgot the dodge button, so I'm glad they finally.
He's not happy with you having this gun already.
He's like, what the hell?
Time to run, Saga.
You're supposed to only have the sawn off. What the? Why do you have a big gun? Yeah, these fights just like you don't, especially the first time through. Oh, okay, hi. You don't know what to expect, you know, you don't know. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? He was like over there. I was aiming at him, and all of a sudden he was grabbing me by the throat. Like he didn't even teleport. He was just... He looks so nasty, dude. He looks so nasty.
I mean, it's a
Alright.
dead body.
We done it. We done it. We killed him. And now we're in the void. And oh, who's this?
Who are you?
What is this? Who are you?
Hear me.
I'm Saga Anderson, FBI. I can hear you.
Cauldron Lake.
Yes, I'm at Cauldron Lake. Where are you?
How to escape. In danger.
Where's Saga's pepper spray? Now we're on the beach?
Thanks. Got it.
Let's go to the beach.
Hey.
And who's this? And perhaps who is this?
Are you okay?
No! It's my fault! It got out with my
Alan
face.
Wake?
Sir,
On the beach.
I'm gonna need you to take a breath.
He's chased the story. The dark presence. We must stop it before...
Easy now. First things first. What's your name?
My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer. I've been...
Wake? Where did you come from? You've been missing for 13 years.
The dawning realization on his face here with the 13 years.
13.
End of chapter.
Sheesh, what a cliffhanger.
And end of Alan Wake 2 GOTY Spotlight. We did a lot of our talking about why we loved it in the beginning, but it's such a Shazame, when y'all were playing it for the first time, I was having the same experience you're having now of like thinking about different things and just being like interesting. Yeah, this game, it truly is a really interesting, it's a really twisty, turny story. Yes, another banger song is playing now. And that's just truly the tip of the iceberg is what we've shown you here. Where the game goes, how the game structure changes from this point is also something that, I tried not to tell Fish and Shazame when they were first playing it until it came up, and like there's some really interesting ways about how the game structures its progression as it goes on. And yeah, it's a fascinating, it's a culmination at the end of the day. The thing I keep going back to, it's a culmination of everything that Remedy has been trying to do, and they got the full support to like bring their ideas to life. They really like the Pog singing. I'm not wide awake. I'm yawning. I just realized I didn't have coffee today. That's probably why.
Sheesh.
Come on, let's see some more Natoy dances. Alan Wake.
What? His initials are A. Wake? What the hell?
That's me playing any video game. Oh, I died like a million times. Wowie zowie. We don't even dare.
Anders, where did you go?
Pause. Don't even dare show you interactions beyond that. Casey is there. Alan standing like a lost puppy dog, fresh from the dark place. And that is the end. Here, we didn't get to see Alan properly, so here's your look at Alan. Look at the boy. Standing in his Sunday's best.
Our baby boy.
All right. Let me get out of here. Let me actually bring us over to the main screen for a second. Because we're gonna have to do a few quick things to set us up for this next segment where Fish is taking the reins. You can see he's getting ready. He's praying. Oh. He's taking his shots. He's getting his aim ready. Ooh. Copying the key art. You have to dive. No, you have to dive backwards. Imagine. There you go. That's good. Someone Photoshop Fish into the art. Thank you. He's he's running around. Whoa. We can still see you. There you go. I think I see maybe like your calf, but it's like kind of blending into the background. Oh no, it wasn't even your calf. Wow. He's really El Paso elsewhereing. Do you wanna hang out, or do you want me to put you on BRB2 and we'll just take a quick break here in between?
You can put us on BRB. We can figure this thing out.
Okay, hold on. Let me get the music going. Yeah, let's get the hype back up. Next game, final game of the GOTY. He's gone elsewhere. You're right. The final GOTY spotlight stream, and it's in Fish's hands. So you better not fuck this up.
Yeah, we're final GOTY. We're going into Party Animals.
Oh no.
We're going into Payday 3.
Oh no. Okay, yeah, we will be right back. Gonna put us on BRB, so chill out with some tunes. Tell people to come check out a game with some of the sickest music in the land. All right. We're going into Gollum. That's right. Gollum's got the best music. See you on the other side. All right, BRB gamers.